Hey guys, my name's Patrice and I am ready to make a change. So on the weekend, I was at my mum and dad's house and they have one of those special scales that basically shows you everything. So like your body fat, your muscle mass, how much protein you have in your body, how much water. And it basically said that my body fat is high. And as someone that hasn't weighed themselves in probably about 5 to 6 years, obviously this was quite a big wake up call for me. Like, I knew that I'd put on weight, but like, you know, sometimes you don't believe it until you actually like see it. So my clothes have been fitting snugly, a little bit snug, but I've been able to just deal with that because it hasn't been like major. Yeah, so when I saw the actual numbers, I was like, oh, okay, girl, it's time to sort this out. And I can't lie, the last winter that we had, yeah, literally messed me up so badly. I don't think I've ever felt so low in my whole life. I felt so low. And I think that obviously like played a part in me not keeping up with like routines and stuff like that, because I would actually say that generally I do work out regularly, probably like at least 2 to 3 times a week. I think there's only been like a couple of weeks in the last maybe like year and a half that I haven't done that, either when I've been on holiday or when I've just been feeling a little bit lazy. So yeah, I am quite an active person in that sense. However, I work from home full time and I've realized this is what is playing a part on me not getting as much exercise in, or not doing like regular steps that like, you know, a normal person that works in the city would do. They would walk to the station. From the station, they would get off the train, would walk to the next station. They would get on the tube. They would walk to work, whatever it is. I'm not getting in those like everyday normal steps that like most people get in. So I have to do like a lot more in order to see certain results. And so yeah, this week I have basically been like so on it. Today is Thursday and I've done 10,000 steps Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in today and I'll do it tomorrow as well. I just finished a workout and my hair is all sweated out. Oh, God, I've been on so many journeys like recently. So I've been on a hair journey. I got my hair cut into a bob and now I'm letting it grow out. What else have I been on? A skin journey. Actually, tomorrow is my final green pill appointment. So I've had 2 and this will be the last one. So yeah, in terms of sorting out my skin, I've been doing that. I've been really taking care of like just making sure that I do my usual like skincare routine and everything. And just the journey of just being a lot more of a creative person. Like, I am very creative. I can sing, I can write. And unfortunately, I feel like that has kind of fallen off a little bit. I started getting serious with my TikTok last year in terms of like outfits and like days out and stuff like that. And over the last like couple of weeks, I've just been feeling really just like low about it. But like, I've noticed that I've been getting like views that I would normally get, but then my likes are so much lower than what I would normally get. So I'm literally just like, what's going on here? And again, I know I shouldn't care and blah, blah, blah. And to a certain extent, I don't care. But at the same time, I'm just like, oh, okay. Sorry, I had to quickly go and check on my eggs for my breakfast. But yeah, anyway, I am going on this journey of becoming my best self again, because I feel like becoming your best self is literally like a continuous journey. Because once you level up, like, you either level back down or you level up even more, or you stay the same. And I don't want to stay the same in that sense. I always want to challenge myself and try and do a little bit better than I did before. Not to say that like you should always be striving for stuff all the time. Like sometimes there is a time where you need to be content. But as it stands right now, I know that I deserve more, and I want to make that happen for myself. So I hope that you follow along on this journey with me. Also, I'm doing my hair. I don't have any contact lenses in, nor do I have my glasses on. I literally cannot see what I'm doing. With my green pill, you're not allowed to wash your hair for up to 5 days after you have the green pill done. So I would rather just put my hair in a bun and then just leave it. Because last time I had my hair straight and it got wet. And so the front went back curly and the back was straight, and it just looked very silly. I'll do baby hairs later because I'm going out for dinner. But as it stands right now, it can stay like this. Got my green tea and we're gonna go and make my breakfast. I think what I'm actually gonna have for breakfast is just these 2 boiled eggs, but then I want something sweet, so I'm gonna have a Greek yogurt bowl. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Need to redo my nails. Look at that. Gross. Gosh, look how big that blueberry is compared to that one. It's huge. Next, we've got this seed mix. This is from Waitrose. I don't think this is very healthy because it's got a lot of sugar in it and a lot of fat. But at the time, the one that I originally wanted wasn't in stock. So I just had to deal with this. Next, the peanut butter. This is basically what I have for breakfast, like nearly every morning. Like, I'm literally obsessed with peanut butter. Why is it so nice? I do put quite a lot, but I don't care. Yum. I do also use this agave nectar just for extra sweetness. Oh, forgot my chia seeds. Oh my gosh, my belt just came on. Can't be showing you like that. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. So there we go, that's my breakfast for today. Yum. Okay, so it's been a few hours and I'm going to make my smoothie of the day, or my juice rather. So I've got some cut up pineapple. Guys, if you want to save money, just buy the whole fruit and then just cut it up yourself. So I got a whole pineapple from Lidl for £1 something, maybe like £1.30, something like that. Or did I get it from Waitrose? I can't remember. Basically, I shop at Waitrose and Lidl. Sometimes I go to Tesco's for like specific things, but generally Waitrose, Lidl. I prefer certain fruits from Waitrose because it's better quality. So things like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, I'll tend to get those things from Waitrose. And then the other fruits, I don't mind buying those from Lidl. And there's some other little bits and bobs that I get from Lidl as well, including this coconut water. This is what I add to my juices that I make basically. So I've literally just got my magic bullet. This is by NutriBullet, and this is some leftover pineapple that I had. This pineapple was not nice. It was not sweet like at all. It was just ugh. So I'm literally just going to use this up. So this is the other like half of the pineapple because I made this same juice not yesterday, the day before. So just throw it in there. Yeah, just not sweet, man. And then I've got my celery. Also, guys, I am the most clumsy person. So all of my knives, like they used to be sharp and I have not sharpened them since I bought them, and I've had them for like 3 years because I am so clumsy that I will end up cutting my finger off. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of ginger as well. Now time to add the coconut water. Oh, hello. And that's what it looks like. Now, obviously, if you wanted to, you could drink it just like this, but I don't really like the taste of the pulp. So what I do, because I don't have a juicer, is, oh, let me get my cup that had my water in it. You can see my little like lip gloss stains on the glass. I literally just get a glass and my strainer, pour it in, and as you can see, the juice is coming out of the bottom. I do use a spoon as well, just to help it go a bit quicker. I just don't have the space to buy a juicer. Maybe when I move, because I'll have a bigger kitchen, I might invest in one. Cheers. So it's 12 o'clock, or just gone 12 o'clock, and I've already done 5,674 steps according to my phone. So guys, I don't have like an Apple Watch or anything. I'm literally just going by what's on my phone. So when I work out, I will either hold my phone in my hand, or I've got like a little side thing that I can attach to my arm, and that's how I track my steps. I am thinking about getting an Apple Watch, or I get a Fitbit. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a walk just to get some more steps in for today. Okay, so I'm on my walk now, and I'm basically walking the route that I ran on Monday. So on Monday I wanted to basically test myself to see if I could run. Yeah, so I'm literally just walking that route now, and we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I reckon it's a 15-minute walk, but I ran the whole thing. Like, I didn't stop once, which I'm really proud of. So yeah, we'll see. No más anime. What the girl them say? Tell I just love you, girl. So guys, I dye my hair jet black, and the last time that I dyed my hair, this happened. A massive blob of dye fell on my slipper, and these slippers are very much looking like rugged and crusty. I've had them for over 3 years now. They've lasted really well. They're by UGG, but I knew it was time to get a new pair. So I got these ones. I can't even remember what they're called. Tasnin, something like that. Anyway, I originally got the really nice fluffy ones that are like women's ones, and I bought it in a size 5, and I'm a UK size 5, and it was too small. So when I went back onto the site, they didn't have a 6 in that size, so I was really annoyed. Anyway, I came across these ones. Sorry, I got chewing gum in my mouth. I came across these ones. These are actually men's. And I got them in a size 6. I like the look of them, so I think I will keep them. And as someone that's feet is always cold, these make sense. So it is now 10 to 3, and I haven't eaten my lunch yet. The reason why I haven't eaten my lunch yet is because about an hour ago I had the last 3 of these sweets that I got. They're basically like fake candy kittens, and I get them from Lidl. And I know you're probably thinking like, hold on, I thought you said you need to lose weight, like what's going on? I am someone that will never restrict myself, because I know that restriction can lead to like living a life that's not fun. It's like you'll be upset. So I would rather be able to have 3 sweets and then work a little bit harder like elsewhere. So yeah, it was the last 3 of the packet. That can go in the bin. So I need to actually make my lunch. So I thought I had some leftover chickpeas. I don't. Maybe I'll have that for dinner. But basically I get these Thai style king prawn fish cakes. I get these from Lidl. These are so nice. In they go, and I'll put it in for, I think 15 minutes, something like that. I don't know. I got this cheap. This was like £20 or something crazy like that. All right, let's get into the salad. So we've got avocado. This is my leftover quinoa. So basically I just oil this up, but I add a vegetable stock, and that just gives it a bit more flavor, and it just tastes really, really nice. Like, I don't particularly like quinoa by itself, but with a bit of seasoning it can work. I've got some shredded lettuce here, radish. I actually really love radish in my salads. Cucumber, some spinach. Oh, shush. And some tomatoes. I like vegetables, but I prefer salad, and I feel like salad is a great way to get loads of veggies in, and you can, you know, spice it up a little bit. So I've realized that I would rather eat more salad than eat more like cooked vegetables, basically. A few tablespoons of olive oil. Like, my salads are very simple. I don't really like to do too much with them. And then some salt. This is pink Himalayan salt, as you can see. Then some pepper. I also like to add a little cheeky bit of garlic granules as well. I should have used a bigger bowl, but never mind. That is my wholesome lunch for today. Right, so I was saying that I didn't want to get a margarita because it's 1,015 calories. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the crispy chicken Caesar salad instead. Look how many calories that is. I might as well just get the pizza. Right, this is what I ended up getting. That looks crazy. But yeah, I got this burger, which is less calories than the pizza. And it's got cacio e pepe sauce on it. And then truffle fries. And then Chelsea got baby Caesar salad and this, like, it's supposed to be a meat lover's pizza, but it's fake meat. I want to know what this is made. Did you say soy? Yeah. Soy, right?
No, that's good. It's good to have the connections, isn't it?
Yeah. It just works really well together. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna do a workout. Obviously I went for dinner last night. I ended up not eating in a calorie deficit yesterday, which I'm absolutely fine with. I've only got time to fit in a 20-minute workout now. This is who I follow when it comes to my workouts. My favorites are actually some of her older ones. And I like doing it on my laptop because I've noticed when I watch YouTube on my TV, the ads are much longer, whereas on my laptop I can just skip. But those ones, they're always like a minute long, man. Guys, I'm just getting ready to sort out my breakfast and I realised I left it in the air dryer. The air dryer? The air fryer? Oh my gosh, I'm delirious. What should I do? Should I eat it? Well, not now because it's breakfast, but like if I put it in the fridge now and then eat it for lunch, is that bad? My Caribbean parents used to just leave things on the stove all the time and I never got sick. So maybe I have a strong belly. Anyway, I'm just gonna put it in a container and put it in the fridge and hopefully nothing will happen to me. I also didn't do the washing up yesterday. I was the flipping mess. What was I doing? Jeez. I'm gonna have an Earl Grey. Oh Lord, it's Friday, thank God. I think for me, this week was all about just like getting my mindset right, because obviously I challenged myself. I said I'm going to do 10,000 steps every day, and that was basically just to show myself how not necessarily easy it is, because I don't think it's easy. I've had to do a lot in order to do it, but just to show myself that I'm actually capable of doing it. Yeah, this week's more so just about challenging myself, and then this weekend we are going to plan together. I'm basically going to sort out my like actual routine of what I'm going to be doing, because I don't necessarily want to be working out every single day, although that is a really great way to get the steps in, and I do actually really love it. Like, I prefer doing like a 20-minute workout rather than going for a 20-minute walk. I know that's very odd. I think it's because I like just being at home. I'm such a homebody. I've got my green pill appointment tonight, and basically I'm not going to be able to exercise for the next 5 days because of the green pill. Like, you're not allowed to get like sweat on your face and stuff like that. So that was another reason why I was like, let me go ham this week, because you know, the next 5 days I'm not going to be able to. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy my Earl Grey now, and I need to figure out what I'm going to have for breakfast. So generally I like to just have ow, I just burnt my finger. I tend to just have the same breakfast like every single day. I don't normally eat eggs, but because I bought some, basically my brother's girlfriend, she's a pharmacist, so she was basically saying to me that like she makes sure that she has at least 2 eggs a day, and so that stuck in my mind, which is why I've been eating eggs this week. But generally I don't really eat eggs that much. I'm very much a like Greek yogurt, fruits, nuts, seeds, you know, that's what I would have for breakfast. So Greek yogurt and blueberries. I went into the shops late that other day and they had like no strawberries left, which was really sad because strawberries are my favorite berry. Anyway, I need to get some more Greek yogurt. These are washed already before you get on to me. I am going to finish this up, but I did buy a new seed mix that has less sugar in it. Mate, this is literally the peanut butter right at the bottom, boy. So it's a bit tough. It's a bit tough. All right, the peanut butter's done. I bought a new one the other day, so it's fine. There we go. Also, I'm pretty sure black people invented peanut butter. Big up my black people, them. My chia seeds. And some agave nectar. I don't know whether this is good for you or not, but I just be eating it. Also, before I forget, take my fish oils, because getting older is no joke. The bones are not the same. Also, I got my vitamin D as well. Oh shit. Also, make sure that whenever you're taking your like tablets, supplements, whatever, unless obviously it states otherwise, you need to make sure that you're taking it either with food, which I'm gonna do now because I'm gonna eat my food, or you need to be taking it after you've eaten. Otherwise, them tablets just gonna be swimming in your belly. They're not gonna be absorbed. Yeah, so make sure there's food in your belly or you're about to eat food. But anyway, I'm gonna go and enjoy my breakfast. Hey guys, today was a very crazy day. As you can see, I am so tired. I've just got back in from my mum and dad's house. I went there after my green pill appointment. As you can see, my face is very red, and there's also still some bits of like the herbs. She's left some of them like on my face. So I'm not allowed to wash my face for 5 days. Well, she said, hold on, she said my 5 days starts tomorrow. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She said I can wash it either Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. She said try and prolong it for as much as you possibly can, basically. So that's that. The 10k steps and the eating healthily did not go to plan today, and it's made me realize that when I'm not at home, that's when I need to be more like conscious of what I'm doing, because when I'm at home, I'm in my kind of like bubble. I know all of the food that I've got, all of the ingredients, I have some kind of like routine in my mind. But when I'm not at home, that's when issues happen. And I had to leave here on my lunch break to go and sort some things out, and then straight after work I went to my appointment. So it's been a bit of a long day. Anyway, I need to do my skincare for my green pill. I'm literally not allowed to wash my face. I can only use, I'll put too much shit. I can only use this. I am gonna make a full like separate video about my green pill, so make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss that one. Okay, good night guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, it's Saturday today. I'm just at home. I'm gonna be doing overtime at work. We had a major influx in client work, so that is what I'm doing. I'm only doing 4 hours though, because it's the weekend and I need to enjoy my weekend. Anyway, I just made a green tea. Cheers. I don't have any plans this weekend. Whenever I get my green pill done, I don't make plans, because in my mind, I know that I'm not mentally going to want to do it. It's weird because it's like, I'm not really too fussed about getting the 10k steps today. I've just come to realize that when it comes to certain things, like life will also play a part in whether you can or can't do it or not. And I'm not saying this to make excuses, but obviously yesterday I was unable to, and today, based on the circumstances and obviously like my green pill and stuff, I don't know whether I can do 10k steps. I can do something. So this morning I literally just done 10 minutes, 1 minute jogging on the spot, 1 minute fast walking on the spot, and I think that that's a really great way to get like extra steps in. Basically, like if you're at home, set the timer on your phone, and so I've already done like, you know, a little 10-minute something. So apparently the skin of the kiwi is high in fiber. To be fair, it doesn't really taste that bad. I thought that it was going to be disgusting. Like I tried it the other day and I was like, this isn't that bad. I can eat the skin of kiwi. Like we eat the skin of apples. Well, I know some people don't, but I do. So I eat the skin of apples, I eat the skin of pears. Maybe that's it. So a kiwi is not that much different. Obviously it's a little bit furry, but it's fine. It doesn't taste as weird as you think it would, trust me. Good morning guys, it is Sunday today. I'm just about to put some washing on. Sorry, you can see how dry my face is. I'm definitely gonna start peeling by tomorrow, I think. Anyway, right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about patience or lack of. So I went to my mum and dad's yesterday, and one of the main reasons why I went, obviously I went to see my family, but one of the other reasons I went was so that I could weigh myself again on their like special scales. Oops, haven't put the thing in. So yeah, I went on the scales and the numbers haven't changed, and I really had to just like sit and like say to myself, Patrice, you can't just expect results after a week. That's not how it works. Like, imagine in my mind, I'm just thinking, oh, well, you know, I worked out, you know, 5 days this week, I should see some kind of results. And maybe when my metabolism was a little bit faster, that might have been the case. But that's obviously not how it is right now. And I even remember the last time that I really got like a lot more like toned and was really happy with my body. It took, even though I wasn't like weighing myself, so I didn't know about the numbers on the scale, I didn't notice like a physical change until maybe like 2 months in. Slow, steady progress is the way forward, rather than, because I could easily just do like a crash out diet right now, lose this weight, and then in a week's time it all starts like piling back up again, because obviously that's what crash diets do. They'll help you lose the weight quickly, but you have to, like, it's difficult to maintain those things, you know? Which is why me personally, I've never actually been on a proper diet. I'll be very honest with you. I've been like what I am right now, where I'm kind of like watching what I eat. But yeah, I've never been one that's like, I need to go on a diet, I need to do this, I need to do that, because I just know that it doesn't work, basically. And I also understand that like life is hard enough, and there's certain things that I'm just not willing to compromise on, basically. So some people, they could literally sit here and be like, I'm never gonna, you know, eat sweets again, I'm never gonna do this, I'm never gonna do that. That's all fair and well for them. Yeah, I'm not doing that, because I know that it will make me unhappy. So what's the point, you know? So hey, relax. So that's basically how I'm feeling. Anyway, my mango feels like it's a little bit ripe. It's a bit more soft than when I got it. So I'm gonna cut this up. So you know how there's like this idea of like skinniness that's being pushed on social media right now? I find it so interesting, because like I literally have never wanted to be skinny, ever. I really like being a size 12, like a smaller size 12. Guys, I ran out of storage. Basically, I wanted to say that I was at my mum and dad's, and my mum basically said that she's 1 point away from being back to not being pre-diabetic. And so a lot of the time people think of weight loss and trying to eat healthily and all of this kind of stuff, they just think of it aesthetically, not in terms of what's actually happening in your body. And diabetes runs in my family, so these are things that I need to be extremely careful about. 2 of my aunties have it, my grandma had it. Thank God my mum is now, you know, on the journey to getting out of being pre-diabetic, thank God. But yeah, sometimes people just assume it's, oh, you just want it for aesthetics, you want it for this, you want it for that. Like, no, there's health implications to this, you know? And especially now that I'm in my 30s and obviously getting older, there's just certain things that I just need to be a lot more conscious of. And yeah, I guess when you're young and dumb, it's easy for you to not really be thinking about it. But now that I have the awareness, I want to make sure that I'm doing something about it. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm actually really proud of myself. Like, this week I've locked in. Yeah, there were a few little like mishaps, but I'm never someone to punish myself. I think that that's very wrong. I just take it on board, learn from it, and move on. I don't ruminate on it, anything like that. And one of the main reasons that I've been able to do that, like mentally and emotionally, is because I've been working on my self-concept for the last 4 or 5 years. You may be wondering what self-concept is. It basically is just your idea of yourself and how you view yourself in relation to relationships, in relation to friendships, in relation to money, in relation to your job, in relation to everything, basically, the world. And when you start locking in on your self-concept, you trust yourself a lot more. You understand who you are as a person, why you behave the way that you behave. Like, ultimately, we're all predisposed to certain behaviors and traits because of mainly the first 0 to 7 years of our lives. That is when your subconscious is forming. And that is where a lot of your limiting beliefs come from. So limiting beliefs are just dominant negative beliefs that you have about yourself. So we all have positive dominant beliefs that we have about ourselves. We have negative ones, and we also have just, you know, indifferent ones. And it's your limiting beliefs, your dominant negative beliefs, that make you make the poor decisions that you make, because it's all happening subconsciously. And a lot of the time we don't actually realize why we behave the way that we behave. So I'll give you an example. One of the reasons that I noticed that I would always like start projects and never finish them, mainly in my 20s, but I've noticed that it's starting to creep in a little bit now, and I'm having to actively work on it, whereas before I would just give up. One of the main reasons for that is because of my limiting beliefs, this idea of not being good enough to create certain like arts. So, because I'm quite a creative person, so that fear of like not being good enough, that fear of other people being better than you, or they got the opportunity first, or you know, they have been doing it for less time than me and they've made all of these moves and I'm here and blah blah blah. That's all to do with a fear of not being good enough. And so since I started working on my self-concept, I've been actively working on getting rid of that fear, because that is essentially what has been holding me back, along with other things as well. So I would say if you are someone that you just want to learn about yourself a little bit more, do a deep dive into your self-concept, do a deep dive into limiting beliefs. This is what my business YouTube channel is all about. So I create affirmation audios for people to listen to. I do have a podcast on there. It's just very short, like 15-minute podcast episodes. And I basically just talk through like these kind of topics. So if you're interested, it's available for you to watch. If you're not, it's fine. Okay, so I just checked and Lidl opens at 10 a.m. and it is now 9:52. So I'm gonna quickly go to Lidl. Go on. Just saw some old people running. Yes! Oh, I love that. Bro, boy, people be out. I didn't realise people were out like this on a Sunday. Do you know what? Let me go here.
Going up. Doors closing.
Right, I'm back in the car now. Guys, when I tell you, packed. The shop ain't even been open for 20 minutes and it's so packed in there. How do I get out? I've never been on this level before. Right, we can go now. I think it's this way. Peeps, I'm back home now. Excuse the washing machine in the background. I ended up spending £22.74 in Lidl. So let's look at what I got. So I actually picked up 3 coconut waters. These are £1.99 each. I also picked up this antibacterial laundry cleanser. So this, if you're not adding this to your washing, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, I live by this now. I swear by it. A lot of the time with like washing machines, yeah, they might be like cleaning the clothes, but in terms of getting rid of like the bacteria that might be on your clothes, they might not be doing it. So pick this up. Next, we've got 2 chickpeas, because I love chickpeas. And I also got some cannellini beans as well. These are all really, really good for you. High in fiber, high in protein as well. And as someone that doesn't eat a lot of meat, these work perfectly for my diet. Next up, we've just got this baby leaf salad. I have noticed that Lidl salads don't last as well as Waitrose salads. But I just couldn't be bothered to go to Waitrose. But next time I will get my salad from Waitrose. I picked up some more kiwis. They also had pomegranates on sale. This was 94p. And what I love about pomegranates is that you can add it to sweet stuff. So like your Greek yogurt bowls, things like that. But you can also add this to salad as well. So love that. Cucumber, again, I love to add cucumber to my salads, and I also like to add it to any green juices that I make as well. I've got another mango, picked up a pineapple, some halloumi as well. I want to make a nice like loaded halloumi salad, so got that. Some chewing gum, red cabbage. I want to basically just like slice this up and add it to my salads. I also picked up some Greek yogurt as well. This is so big, and this cost, oh, there it is. This is £1.75, yeah? And this is 1 kg, £22.74. Hey guys, so I'm hungry now. So I'm gonna have something to eat. If you can hear something in the background, it is my washing machine, or my dryer rather. There's a little bit of cucumber left over, so I just feel like I might as well use it up. We have half a carrot left. And I'm literally going to, oh, you finished? Cool. Right, I'm gonna get out the grater. Does this work like that? Okay. This is the red cabbage that I bought earlier. Look how colourful that looks. Anyway, let's add that in. I feel like this would go really well with like a peanut sauce. Let's look on TikTok. Peanut sauce for salad.
Salad that does not feel like a salad, and this incredible peanut dressing.
Okay, I don't have all of that, but we can make it work. We can improvise, guys. So we've got sriracha, garlic granules, sesame oil, light soy sauce, and obviously peanut butter. Is that enough peanut butter? Well, I can make double, so let's add a bit more. All right, cool. Right, and that's a better view. So I think that's too much peanut butter. Oopsie. Right, so a little bit of sesame oil. Then we've got our soy sauce that I haven't used before. A little bit of sriracha. I don't want this too hot. Right, let's just see what it looks like, because I think I am gonna have to add some more stuff to this. It's a bit too thick. Why did I put so much peanut butter? Bloody hell, man. That's all right, you know. I'm not mad at that at all. I have some sesame seeds, so I'm gonna add some. Hey guys, I'm just on my way to, oh, is the road closed? So yeah, I'm on my way to meet my friend. We're gonna go for a nice little leisurely stroll. Help yourselves. What do you think? No, actually, I'm gonna.
It's like a Jude bag, isn't it? Like D-U-L-E.
Yeah. I like this. Hello. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back home now. Me and Chelsea went for a walk for an hour and we ended up doing about 8,000 steps. So I'm really happy about that, because she literally just messaged me today asking me if I wanted to go on the walk. Otherwise I would have just been at home doing nothing. So yeah. Can you see that? I started peeling already here. So yeah. Anyway, I'm super tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. Okay guys, it is time for us to figure out the timetable. Now, I know that I basically want to work out. I actually want to work out 5 days a week. Now, the reason why I actually want to work out 5 days a week is because I work from home. Therefore, I know that it's quite feasible for me to do that. However, I'm also aware of the fact that, you know, just in life in general, I don't want to feel like a bit overwhelmed with it. So these are the kind of questions that you need to ask yourself. What would be something that you would be happy with that wouldn't be over exerting you? And I actually think that it would be 3 to 4 days. I know that when I'm on my period, also the week before my period as well, I get really lethargic and I just don't want to do anything. So I feel like on those weeks, I wouldn't mind just doing 3 days. So I'm looking to do 3 to 4 days a week. Now, within those 3 to 4 days, I've actually decided that I just want to do weightlifting on one of those days. And the reason for that is because a lot of the exercises that I follow do a lot of body weight exercises anyway, including squats, lunges, that kind of thing. So I already know that I'm going to be getting it in there, but also I do still want to lift weights because I actually enjoy lifting weights, mainly just legs lifting weights. So I'm actually in the process of doing an experiment. So basically I saw a video on YouTube and the girl was basically saying that the way that she lost the fat in her arms, obviously you can't spot reduce areas, like you have to just lose weight and then wherever the weight falls off is where the weight falls off. But she basically said that she stopped training arms in order to slim down her arms. Now I have always been someone that's had quite big arms in comparison to the rest of my body. I do have quite broad shoulders as well. And so I want to see what would happen if I stopped doing arms. Just like what I said before, within all of the like exercises that I do, it does include like body weight arm exercises as well. And also when I do those, I tend to use 1 kg weights anyway. So there's a little bit of weight there. So that's just to test whether that actually like will work for me. I'm going to look back in 2 months and see whether it's made a difference. If it has, then I'll just continue that way. I actually prefer working out in the morning because I feel like it really helps to set me up for the day. And when you're working out, you are solely focused on working out. So it's almost like a mindfulness, like meditative practice as well. So I want to get back into my morning workouts. So that basically means that I need to start going to bed on time and I need to be waking up at 7 a.m. So I work from home full time and I work 9 till 6. So me waking up at 7 a.m, that basically gives me roughly about half an hour to gather my thoughts, get up, brush my teeth, throw my workout clothes on, and then I can start my workout at 7:30. And then I like to do an hour roughly, 8:30, and then I've got half an hour to shower, fling some clothes on and make my breakfast. So I feel like that works for me. So 7 a.m. wake ups. No more evening workouts unless it is like absolutely necessary. Like let's say there's a day where I've had a really rough like night's sleep and I need that extra, hour, 2 hours to like make sure that I don't feel like I'm dying, then I'll do an evening workout, but generally morning workout. Another thing is that I wash my hair either on a Friday or a Saturday, and I am generally like a straight natural, so my hair will be straight. The reason why my wash day is a Friday or a Saturday is so that my hair is fresh for the weekend, because I do not work out on the weekend. And that was a decision that I made many a year ago, because I said to myself, my weekends are for me. I don't mind waking up early on days when I have work because I would be up anyway. Whereas my weekends, they're for me. It's time for me to relax. It's time for me to enjoy myself. I don't want to have to be thinking about putting in a workout. So I do not work out on the weekends. When I wash my hair on a Friday or Saturday, my hair's fresh for the weekend. And then when I do eventually, get into my workouts during the week, I don't really care what my hair looks like, because most of the time during the week I'm not actually going out. So as a black girl, these are things that we need to obviously think about. It's annoying, yes, but for me as a straight natural, it just makes sense for me to work my workouts around my hair. So that basically means that if I am working out, generally it will either be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or it will be a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Mondays are chill days. And I kind of like that. And another thing is that I basically don't do those those super intense HIIT workouts. I just know that if I'm doing things that I don't enjoy doing, I'm not going to want to continue doing them. So the reason why I've been able to do Grow with Joe and stick to it for the last 2 maybe 3 years is because I actually enjoy her workouts. Like, they're fun, they're doable, but still challenge me, and that's what I like. In order for me to stay consistent, I need to be having fun. So yeah, those are the questions that I would kind of ask myself. So what can I actually do? What do I genuinely have the time to fit in? What days make the most sense for me? If you're someone that's going to the gym and you're lifting weights, obviously you need to make sure that you're having like rest days in between. So you need to be a bit more aware of like spacing out your workout. So I know for some people they'll do a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. So just have a little think about the days that work for you. Have a little think about whether you want to do morning workouts, lunchtime workouts, evening workouts, what works best for your timetable and what can you make sure that you stick to. And also try and fit your workout days around your lifestyle. Sometimes we forget that, you know, lifestyle does play a really big part in what we can, what we can't do, how we want to look, all of these things. Yeah, that's basically it really. Those are the questions that I tend to ask myself, and having actually like written this down now, it just makes life so much easier. Just having things to like visually see, I don't know, it just works for me basically. Anyway, I hope that this was useful, and that is actually the end of the vlog. So I will see you guys in the next one. This has been actually like a really long vlog. I didn't realize it was going to be so long, but yeah, let's do this, man. Let's get back on track, ladies. I'm excited for this. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one. Bye.